The following is a live presentation of Retro Sports Network, home of the champions of the past, present, and or future. Good morning, afternoon, evening. My name is Ron Juckett. Welcome to the program for this 7th day of April 2025. Yes, I know I'm live on my own channel. Today, we got a pretty good one for you from Crosley Field in Cincinnati. The Brooklyn Dodgers are the tough part of their schedule, and they're away. If you were with us last week, you saw a couple games between the Dodgers and the Braves. Today, the road show moves on to Cincinnati, who is a team looking to catch fire. They, I believe, are 7 games behind Milwaukee as we play the games of June 9th. It's Belmont Sunday, I think, for this one. So the Reds need to start winning, and the Dodgers, well, look, you got to start beating them if you're going to climb back in it. I still think Milwaukee is the team to beat, so someone's going to have to go get them. And if it's the Redlegs, they have a very good offense. They got Frank Robinson, Ted Kluszewski, and they will go with Art Fowler today. The Dodgers are going to counter with Sal the Barber Magley. And that hasn't gone very well the first 2 times out there. He will get it together at some point. But the Dodgers also can't afford to fall much further back than they already are. So that's the setup for you. Beautiful Saturday in Cincinnati, baby. If you ever wondered, it's Sal Magley and Art Fowler next. As Retro Sports Network presents Major League Replay 1956. Today from Crosley Field in Cincinnati, Ohio. It is the Cincinnati Redlegs and the Brooklyn Dodgers. And today's game is brought to you by DigitalDice.com, the best darn podcast on the web for your sports simulation and replay needs. Find us today on Spotify, Spreaker, iTunes, or wherever else fine podcasts are listed. So how you doing, Dave? Good morning. Happy Monday. Captain Carl, how are you, Bobby? Just listening while playing end of week 1 in your 69 baseball replay using Inside Pitch. And JT Dutch, I had a good weekend. How about yourself? The cat now is going to argue. Art Fowler is making his 10th start of the year. He is 5-3 with a 4.08 ERA. 34 years old, fastball at that Bugs Bunny 82, and a ground ball pitcher. His last start, as we do play the games of June 9th, came on June 4th, so he pitched Monday. He beat the Phillies 8-6. He went 8 innings, 120 pitches, 11 hits, 6 runs, 5 earned, and 7 strikeouts. 75 innings, 86 hits, 39 runs. Oh, good. I'm glad your weekend was good. 34 of those runs were earned, 3 homers. He's walked 14 and struck out 34. Has not faced the Dodgers this year. The Braves have beaten him twice. And here's a lineup that Brooklyn will throw out there. Jim Gilliam in left will lead it off. Pee Wee Reese at short will bat second. Duke Snider having the dream season, hitting .394 and 22 dingers. Is in center. He'll go third. Again, no Jackie Robinson today. It's Randy Jackson is at third. He'll clean up. Rocky Nelson is at first. He'll bat fifth, so no Gil Hodges. And Gil's in right. Give me a minute. So no Carl Ferrillo today. Gil is in right field. He'll bat sixth. Roy Campanella batting seventh behind the plate. Charlie Neal at second goes eighth. And Sal Magley on the mound will bat ninth. Fowler can give you 135 pitches. The infield for Cincinnati, Ray Jablonski a 5 at third, McMillan a 10 and a 10 at short. That's Ozzie Smith type stuff. Johnny Temple is an 8 and a 9 at second. Ted Kluszewski is a 7 at first. Frank Robinson a 9 and a 5 in left. Gus Bell is a 6 and a 6 in center, and Wally Post is a 5 and a 7 at right. Little rain in Nashville there, David. Thought he'd have to catch a ride on the Ark. It's rained so much since Wednesday. Fowler was destined to be Billy Martin's pitching coach and drinking buddy. Oh, okay, that's why I knew the name. And Parallel League hoping Art can pitch a masterpiece. Although the crowd thinks the Dodgers will win. Jim Gilliam is at 286. 2 homers and 20 RBI. Fowler's numbers aren't that far off on the replay as they are in real life. So pretty much with Art, what you see is what you get. The barber didn't mind giving some batters a close shave, Bobby says, with a pitch every now and then. Pitch to Gilliam. There is a ground ball to McMillan off a hop. Throws to first. Gilliam can run, and Junior is out on a bang-banger. It is 83 degrees on this Saturday afternoon in Cincinnati. The winds are blowing in from left at 3, and the skies are clear. That's the time. That's the weather. Here is the correct time. It's 12:04. Pee Wee Reese is hitting .267, 3 homers. How you doing, Andrew? And 26 RBI. Pitch to Pee Wee. That's hard hit in the left. Back goes Robinson. Frank is there, and that will do it. 2 out. For Duke Snider. Now, we figured that there would be a Triple Crown berth or bid in New York in 56, but we figured that would be Mickey Mantle. For the moment, Snider is hitting .394. He has hit 22 home runs, and he's driven in 51. So that's average homers and RBI. The Silver Fox does have the potential Triple Crown. If only the season ended on June 9th. Pitch to Snider, popped up, left side, McMillan waits for it and will make the grab, and that will do. Dodgers go in order. No runs, no hits, no errors. Half an inning, no score. Got that wrong. So here is Sal the Barber Mangley. Sal at 39 years old, making his 3rd start since coming back over from the Cleveland Indians. He is 2-1. That's the good news. The bad news is his earned run average is .529. Since coming over, he last pitched, he got the win against the Braves on June 4th, a game that we did, 12-5 in 9 innings. It was his longest outing since coming back to New York. 146 pitches, 9 hits, 5 runs, all earned. He gave up a homer, he walked 4, and struck out 7. How you doing, Jamie? Yeah, that .529 is not good. 17 innings for Bagley, 17 hits, 10 runs, all earned. He's given up a home run. He's walked 6 and struck out 10. The lineup for the Redlegs, Johnny Temple leads it off at second. Frank Robinson will bat second and play left field. Gus Bell in center will go third. Big clue, Ted Klaczewski is at first. He'll clean up. There's a lot of power in this Cincinnati lineup. Wally Post in right will bat fifth. Ray Jablonski at third goes sixth. Smokey Burgess behind the plate will bat seventh. McMillan at short goes eighth. Art Fowler on the mound will bat ninth. And Magley can give you 145 pitches. Defensively for Brooklyn, Jim Gilliam is a 6 and a 6 in left. Duke Snider an 8 and a 7 in center. Gil Hodges a 3 and a 4 in right. Really not his best position, as Carl Ferrillo does take the day off. Randy Jackson is a 6 at third. Pee Wee Reese an 8 and a 7 at short. Charlie Neal a 5 and a 5 at second. Rocky Nelson is a 4 at first. Campanella a 10 and a 10 behind the plate. Bagley is a 7 on the mound with a 1,000 fielding percentage. Temple at 293, 2 homers and 14 RBI. Magley starts his effort. That's a ground ball to Neal at second, over to first, 1 away. So for the Dodgers, this is game 45. They are 28 and 16. For the Redlegs, this is game 48. They are 25 and 22. And both teams are staring up at the Milwaukee Braves. Robinson at 293. Frank has hit 17 home runs already and driven in 37. Yeah, I don't remember. Well, I wasn't born. It was 14 years before I was born, or 15 years. Seeing Gil Hodges in the outfield. Pitch to Robinson. Struck him out. Magley got him on a 1-2 fastball inside. So 2 out for Gus Bell. Gus at 280, 14 homers, and 47 RBI. And it hit him. Magley went
inside, and Bell got the free pass on the first pitch. Hit him in the ribs. So Bell rubbing over his jersey with 2 out for Ted Kluszewski. Ted at 264, 9 home runs. Look at the chances for a 2-run shot here. It's 11%. And 27 RBI. New patch over the weekend. I forget. There's been a couple. One had to do with too many walks, which is what they should have done in the 49 season. Just too many walks. Pitch to Big Clue. That's into right. Hodges is going to turn and watch that one leave the yard. Oh, my goodness. Did Kluszewski get all of that one? If there was a sound system that played music, it would be the theme to Popeye with that. He had his spinach there, and there wasn't a blessed thing Hodges could do. So, number 10 for Kluszewski. That was a meatball. Oh, my word, was that hammered. Somewhere running around looking for an Ohio Buckeye Award, little Les Nessman just got hit by a ball out there on the street. And to wear a bandage. Here's Wally Post at 310, 12 homers and 31 RBI. Yep, Clue hit that ball to Dayton. My word, was that crushed. Pitch to Post, Wally into left. Gilliam, that's well hit, but will stay in the yard. And that will retire the side. Reds get 2 on the home run from Kluszewski. 1 hit. The hit batsman hurt after 1. Redlegs 2, Brooklyn nothing. So Yo Dog, Randy Jackson, Nelson, and then Hodges in right. Parallel League caught it. Hopefully they'll autograph it for you. Jackson at 302, 3 homers and 14 RBI. There's a video tape save, and there weren't a lot of those in the 60s, from when the Astros were in town. I would say 65, 66-ish, maybe 67. The game was in black and white. Of Jim Wynn, about where Randy Jackson is now, and he pummeled one out. The interstate was there, I-70, which isn't in this picture, and he hit it off the highway. Pitch to Jackson. There's a line drive to McMillan, and Roy will make the catch, 1 out. So here is Rocky Nelson. All right, Rocky, come on out now. We know you're in there. Rocky 3 for 4 on the replay. He's missing the triple. He's got a double, a single, a home run, and driven in 3. And 96 at-bats. He hit 208 in the regular year with 4 homers and 15 RBI. You're in Dayton. Okay, nice. So you're out there in Dave Littleland. Pitch to Nelson. Rocky grounds it to Temple at second, over to Kluszewski, and that's an out. So 2 out for Hodges in right field. Hodges got a bit of whiplash after that home run, hitting .311, 11 home runs on his own, and 35 RBI. Fowler deals. Hodges draws the walk. The key is, and we'll show you this when we show you the standings in a few minutes, Brooklyn is just good at everything. They can pitch, they can hit, and they can field. The key is, are they better at those things than Milwaukee? And the answer is, I'm not sure. Campanella is at 206, 4 homers and 22 RBI. Campy grounds this one to McMillan deep in the hole, throws it to first, and Roy is retired. Dodgers get a runner on, but can't do anything with it. After the walk, no runs, no hits, and no errors. Inning and a half in the books on this Monday. It's Cincinnati 2, Brooklyn nothing. So Jablonski, Burgess, and McMillan to face Magley here in the second. Magley, in 191 real innings with Brooklyn, allowed 21 home runs. Jablonski at 234, 5 homers, and 28 RBI. Left field, Gilliam, and that's well hit, but will stay in the yard. It's a big old ballpark here in Cincinnati. 1 out for Smokey Burgess. Smokey, when he sings, we hear violins, or violence if he's singing it in the shower. Hitting .286, 5 homers, and 10 RBI. And Smokey draws the walk. For McMillan, hitting .239, no homers and 12 RBI. Does have 2 triples. And he draws the walk. So Magley having a hard time finding the plate. So 2 on, 1 out for Art Fowler, who's hitting .048, 1 for 21. Billy's Martin's pitching coach. And for that, you got to say pitch in. It's not pitching. You drop the G. Has an RBI. He has scored twice. He's walked twice and struck out 5 times. Now, they're playing for the bunt. We'll give it to him. Fowler puts it down. Campy goes to Reese. So Fowler reaches. Burgess goes to third. Campanella pretty much was out of the crouch the second that Fowler hit it, and threw a strike down to Pee Wee Reese for the out. So 2 out for Johnny Temple, who's 0 for 1. Is that still a sacrifice because the runner moved up? It's a fielder's choice, I know that. Johnny Temple's 0 for 1. Magley, opening 9, 28 pitches, an inning and 2/3. Hold on 1 second. Hello. How are you? Yep. Yep. Okay. That's fine. Yep. Yep. Yes. I do remember him, yeah. Yes, he is. Okay. That works for me, and that was Kevin that needed to move it back, so works for me. No. Yeah. Sounds good. Thank you. Yeah. Bye-bye. Ah, yes. Ignored that call. So, 2 out. Temple was 0 for 1. How you doing, Mike in the truck? Paging Uncle Rod. Yeah, I'm a busy guy. So, first and third, 2-0 Redlegs. Magley's pitch. Temple grounds this one to Reese. Pee Wee goes to second for the easy out there, and that'll do. So the Redlegs cannot score. No runs, no hits, and no errors. We go to third. Cincinnati 2, Brooklyn nothing. So Neal, Magley, and Gilliam to face Fowler here in the third. Charlie at .319, 2 homers and 9 RBI. Pay no attention to the man behind the curtain. We try not to on a regular basis. Pitch to Neal. Charlie pops it up. McMillan running into foul territory. All sorts of room. He is by the railing and makes the catch, and there's 1 out. So Roy with a good run. 84 degrees. You're wearing a wool jersey. You don't want to run that far. Here's Magley. Sal 1 for 7. Single and a score on the season and a strikeout. So sometime over the weekend, I believe, that APA football saw its first ever tush push. I liked that. That was great. I hope, Mr. Mike in the truck, that was everything you had hoped it would be. Pitch to Magley. Struck him out. Fowler got him on a 1-2, I think, fastball. He swung at it, and there's 2 out for Junior Gilliam. So Fowler, opening 9, 2 2/3, 30 pitches, a walk, and a strikeout. Gilliam is 0 for 1. Dodgers don't have a hit. Cincinnati has 1 hit, and that was the home run from Kluszewski. Oh, so it's not a sacrifice hit, as Captain Carl Bobby tells me, because of the fielder's choice. I should have looked. And Fowler gets credit for the at-bat. All right, well, there you go. So now you know. So if you have a bunt and the runner isn't thrown out at first. It is a fielder's choice. Good to know. Gilliam rips this one into right for base hit. He'll go for 2, the throw to Temple, and they got him. Again, people have been asking, can you throw out the runner trying for 2? And there you go. It was Bell with a good throw, and Gilliam slid over the bag and couldn't get back in time. So Temple was waiting and had the ball and went, So there you have it. It's a single, and the runner, Gilliam, is thrown out trying to take an extra base. After 2.5, Dodgers get a hit, and that's it. It's 2-0 Cincinnati. So we've actually had that happen twice in the last 2 games. A runner that had the option to go to second and was thrown out, and then Gilliam sliding over the bag. It can happen. It is just very, very rare. Frank Robinson, Gus Bell, and Ted Kluszewski here in the 3rd. Robbie struck out his first time up. And he'll draw a walk. For Gus Bell, who got hit by a pitch and scored on the home run from Kluszewski. So Magley, in real life, the strikeout to walk ratio was about 2-1. So far in the replay, since coming over from Cleveland, and I got to make sure I have the right patch installed, he has walked 9 and struck out 11, including 3 today. That is into right. Back goes Hodges. Gill will get there, and Robinson goes back to first. For Kluszewski, who sent one to Dayton, somewhere on a front porch, Parallel League, was drinking, a Hires root beer, listening on the radio, and boom, there it was. A gift wrap home run from Kluszewski on his front porch. For Ted, that was his 10th of the year, and he's now driven in 29. This time around, right center, Snyder. That ball is well hit, but the Duke will make the catch, and Robinson goes back to first. So 2 out for Wally Post. Wally is 0 for 1. Popped up, right side. All right, Rocky, you got this one. Come on, get out your glove. Catch the ball. Yes, no, it's a foul ball. And somebody from Wright Patterson made that catch. So 0-2 the count. Struck him out. Bagley got him. Wally struck out swinging, and that will do. So the Redlegs leave on a runner. Overall, after 3, it's Cincinnati 2, Brooklyn 1. So Reese, Snyder, and Jackson to face Fowler here in the 4th. Pee Wee 0 for 1. And there is a base hit right center field. Post quickly throws it back in. And Pee Wee, knowing discretion is the better part of valor, holds with a single. Second hit for the Dodgers. Here's Snyder. Duke is 0 for 1. Fowler deals into center field. That's a rainmaker. Man, that didn't go very far. Temple on the grass, 1 out. So over the weekend, some interesting things. What'd you think of Houston's comeback to beat Duke? Randy Jackson's 0 for 1. That got away from Burgess, and Reese moves up to second on the wild pitch. It's a 3-0 count. So it's Houston and Florida tonight for the national championship. Jackson laces this one to third. Jablonski has it. Straddles the line, throws to first, and he is retired. 2 out for Rocky Nelson, who's 0 for 1. So Reese on second. Dodgers trail here in the 4th, 2-0. And Rocky draws the walk. Remember, we talked earlier about Fowler being Billy Martin's buddy. At some point, it won't be 56, Billy gets sent to Cincinnati, much against his better judgment. And I'm sure that's how they became friends. Looked like Duke collectively panicked a bit, and it cost them. There was some bad decisions. And Houston took advantage. But, you know, all through that, especially the last 30 seconds, it looked to me, because I saw the highlights, that Duke had a timeout. And sometimes the best thing you can do is just take the time and just recollect your thoughts instead of just letting it play out. I wasn't disappointed, Andrew. You liked Ovechkin's Bobby Orr dive. That was great. He did that dive when they won the Cup at 18. Hodges walked his first time up. That was great. Hitting that from the point on the power play, just ripping it over. And it was nice to see Gretzky wearing a Gordie Howe jersey pin for the occasion. So to have, so Gretzky remembering Howe and honoring Ovechkin, I thought that was tremendous. Pitch to Hodges. There is a base hit left center field. Robinson will pick it up. Pee Wee around third and will score with ease as the throw goes into third, and it's a 2-1 ball game. So 2 out for Campanella, who is 0 for 1. Nelson on second. Hodges on first. 2 out. Dodgers on the board here, finally in the fourth. And you guys think it's going to be the Dodgers. Pitch to Campy, and he draws the walk, and the bases are loaded. So Nelson on third. Hodges on second. Campanella on first for Charlie Neal, who is 0 for 1. Bench coach and hitting instructor D. Scott Howard giving instructions here. Just close your eyes and swing. It's okay. Pitch to Neal. Charlie rips this one over McMillan in the left center for a hit. Nelson will score. Hodges around third. The throw to the plate is not in time, and the Dodgers go up 3-2. So Neal gets a single, moves up to second on the throw. Campanella on third. Jablonski should have had that. They're going to give Neal a double? Really doesn't matter. The Dodgers have a 3 spot here in the fourth, and they go up 3-2. It's like Campy's been gradually moved down the order in the offseason. He ended up having, and that would make sense. His body was not, what was he, 30? See, he's 35 here. And he would hit .219 on the season. Still had some power with 20 home runs. He would draw 66 walks. But he pretty much was a feast or famine hitter, single or home run. So second and third for Magley, 2 out. Pitch to Sal. That's up the middle. That's going to drop. Campanella's going to score. Neal a long way around third, and he is in there. And the Dodgers have a 5 spot here in the fourth. So Brooklyn has opened up the floodgates, and it's a 5-run inning. Here's Junior Gilliam, Junior 1 for 2 with a single. Fowler, 18 batters, 68 pitches, 3 2/3, 5 hits. He has walked 3 and struck out 1. Yeah, some serious Botox from Wayne. And maybe a hair plug or two. Pitch to Gilliam, and Fowler draws, gives the walk. So it has fallen off the radar here, Art Fowler. Pee Wee Reese, 1 for 2 with a run scored. Pitch count-wise, he's about halfway through. Yeah, that was quick. My word. That is a ground ball to second. Temple has it over to Big Clue. And that will do it for the Dodgers. However, the Close Your Eyes and Swing Brigade, 5 runs, 4 hits, and no errors. And after 3.5 on a hot day in Cincinnati, it is the Dodgers 5, the Redlegs 2. The carousel was definitely in motion. Now we got a text message. Hold on. Okay. I will ask her, period. If we do, we'll give it to you Thursday, period. Oh, come on. I will ask her, period. If we do, comma, we'll give it to you on Thursday, period. Just a busy guy today. It'll be Jablonski, Burgess, and McMillan. But first, you get to see some standings. And so the Braves are up 3 on the Dodgers. 7.5 on Cincinnati and St. Louis, who is a pleasant surprise, and the rest of the National League is waiting for football season. The American League, Red Sox and Indians are tied at 27 and 19. Then the Yankees have come to life. They are a game and a half back. White Sox, then Tigers 3 back. Washington still hanging in there at 5 back. And then really the worst team in baseball is Kansas City. So Brooklyn, second in hitting at 284, which is pretty strong. Second in ERA at 390. And first in fielding at 984. But Milwaukee is hitting 15 points better, and still that team ERA is almost a half a run a game better than the Dodgers. Jablonski 0 for 1. Pitch from Magley. There's a fly ball, left field. Gilliam going back. Jablonski homers. Gilliam ran out of real estate there, and on this hot afternoon, the ball is carrying. So for Ray, that's his 6th of the year, and it's a 5-3 game. The Yankees are so menacing now. Be afraid. Be very afraid. So Jablonski makes it a 2-run game again. Magley not doing himself any favors. Here's Burgess, who walked his first time up. A Jablonski sighting. Yep. Pitch to Smokey. There is a laced ball to right field that will drop in front of Hodges. And Gill can't pick it up. So Burgess has a hit. That's the second one of the inning. The Redlegs have 2 home runs in this one, Kluszewski and Jablonski, with Burgess with a single. Here's McMillan. Roy walked his first time up. That is into right center, and that will be a single. That's a single. Burgess will hold at second. And so Fowler in a position to bunt again. Burgess on second, McMillan on first. Fowler squares. It is down. Nelson throws to Neal, and this time the sacrifice will work. 3-4. So 1 out. Burgess on third, McMillan on first for Johnny Temple, who's 0 for 2. Magley, 60 pitches, 18 batters, 3 1/3, 4 hits. The home runs from Kluszewski and Jablonski, and it's a 5-3 game. Remember, the Redlegs led the National League in homers. But I'm sure they did. I mean, they can crush it. They can absolutely crush it. Those are the replay numbers. They're 4 in double digits already. They had 3 that top 30. Bell and Bailey, who's not in the lineup today, had over 25. And then you had 3 more with double digits. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8 Redleg hitters hit more than 10 home runs. Temple not being one of them. Burgess on third, McMillan on second. 1 out here in the 4th, and a 5-3 Dodger lead. Magley deals. That is a liner to Jackson at third, and everyone has to scamper back. Parallel League says the Reds had an outfield of young Frankensteins in the 90s occasionally. I bet Marty had fun with that one, right? Frankensteins. It's Steens. So Dimitri Young, Chris Steins, and who was the Frank? Frank Robinson is 0 for 1 with a walk. And he draws another walk, and the bases are loaded. So Magley lost him on 4 pitches. That's his 4th walk. Gus Bell, 0 for 1. He's been hit by a pitch and scored. Herman Frank, maybe. Okay. That would kind of fit. Herman Munster. So Burgess on 3rd, McMillan on 2nd, Robinson on 1st. Pitch to Bell. That is laced foul. First base side. Nelson gives chase. But somebody from Covington made that catch, and it's 2-2. How you doing? Carry 8. So a 2-2 count to Gus Bell. Into right center field, Snyder and Hodges give chase. That is off the wall. McMillan will score. Robinson around 3rd will score without a throw, and the Redlegs go up 6-5. So Magley's just got none stuff out there today. Here's Klazuski. Ted hit that home run in the 1st to make it 2-0. Been 9 runs here in the 4th inning. Pitched Campanella and Magley have a word. Klazuski rips this one over Nelson into right field. Hodges will pick it up. Bell will score without a throw, and the Redlegs have matched the Dodgers 5 runs here in the 4th. It's now 7-5. Wally Post is 0 for 2 with a strikeout. So Magley and Fowler are not locked in a pitcher's duel this afternoon. Pitch to Post. That's into left center. Snyder running over. Duke will make the sliding catch to end the inning. What can he do? Apparently pitch. After 5 runs, 5 hits, and no errors. We go to the 5th. It's the Redlegs 7, the Dodgers 5. So much for that respectable ERA. Again, I forgot. Oh. No, was it just? I got to put it in another patch, I think. Duke Snyder's 0 for 2. Because Fowler has walked 4 today. Jeremiah was a bullfrog. How are you? Pitch to Snyder, and he draws the walk. So, yeah, none of these folks are pining at strawberries to get Janet Jackson's control. Here's Randy Jackson. He's 0 for 2 today. 7-5 Redlegs here in the 5th. Nobody out. Jackson up the middle. McMillan, Temple for 1. Klazuski for 2. McMillan took a stab at it, underhanded it to Temple, who was already mid-pivot, Ross. Pivot through to first, and that was 2 out. So as soon as Fowler got into trouble, he's now out of it. For Rocky Nelson, who is 0 for 1. He's walked and scored. That is a ground ball to short. McMillan across the way, and that'll do. It is a cool, windy day here in Burlington. Halfway home, Redlegs 7, Dodgers 5. Well, if you joined us late, can't say this has been a pitcher's duel. 7 runs, 6 hits, no errors for the Redlegs. 5 runs, 5 hits, no errors for the Dodgers. I've had to respond to a phone call and a text in the middle of this one. Here's how we got here. Redlegs got 2 in the first. Ted Klazuski sent 1 to Dayton in right center field. A 2-run shot, his 10th of the year, to make it 2-0 Reds, or Redlegs. Then the Dodgers bat around in the fourth. Gil Hodges, who's in right field today, singled home Pee Wee Reese to make it 2-1. Charlie Neal, a 2-run single to make it 3-2, Brooklyn. They went up 5-2 on a 2-run single by Sal the Barber Magley. However, Cincinnati huffed and puffed and blew the door back in the bottom of the fourth. They sent 9 to the plate. Ray Jablonski homered for his 6th of the year to make it 5-3. Cincinnati recaptured the lead as Gus Bell, it's Gus, Ron, cleared the bases on a double to make it 6-5, and then Klaczewski just a moment ago with a single to score Bell to make it 7-5. So if you're an aficionado of good pitching, how you doing, Paul? Don't look at this. Magley, 4 innings, 6 hits, 7 runs, all earned. He's given up 2 homers. He's walked 4 and struck out 2. Art Fowler, 5 innings, 5 hits, 5 runs, all earned, 5 walks. There's 5-5. He's got a Yahtzee and a strikeout. Dodger, Parallel League channeling his inner Todd B. Is it something in the water there? Dodgers think they will win, but they don't have a clue. Thanks. The Redlegs have an earned run average of 501 coming into this. You're not going to win many ball games, giving up 5 in a 9-inning game. Jablonski homered his last time up. He now has hit 6. He's 1 for 2, and he's driven in 29. That's into shallow left center. Steiner coming in, makes the catch, 1 out. When Smokey Burgess at the plate, Smokey has a walk, a single, and a run scored. He's 1 for 1. That is a base hit left field. Going to get past Gilliam, but it took a hard hop off the bottom of that scoreboard out there, and Smokey holds with a single. So 7 runs, 7 hits, and no errors for Cincinnati. They have left on 4. The Dodgers, 5 runs, 5 hits, no errors, and they have left on 3. McMillan has singled and walked and scored. And draws another walk. Boy, I don't know if I can check to see which of the things here. I'll make sure that I have the newest patch installed. We've had Walk City. So, again, here's Fowler. I'm going to swing away. This time he's 0 for 1. This game is partying like it's 1949 out there. Pitch to Fowler. Flies this one down in the corner by the pens. Gilliam steps over the line. Is he going to get there? No. And somebody from Indianapolis made the catch. It's 0-2. Fowler swings into right. Hodges. Gill waits. That was hit hard. Makes the catch. Burgess, will he bluff? He won't even bluff. So 2 out for Johnny Temple, who's 0 for 3. Magley, 27 batters, 95 pitches, 4 2/3, 7 hits, 2 homers. Klaczewski and Jablonski, he has walked 5 and struck out 2. Popped up, left side. Pee Wee giving chase. But somebody from Cincinnati made that catch and in the stands. Good-sized crowd on this hot Saturday afternoon here at Crosley Field. 0-2 the count to Temple. Magley's pitch. That is a ground ball down to third. Jackson has it. Goes to Neal for the force, and the Redlegs are done in the 5th. They threaten but do not score. No runs, a hit, no errors. They've left on 6 overall, but after 5, it is 7-5 Cincinnati. I just itch everywhere. It'll be Hodges, look at the correct side of the screen, Ron, Campanella, and Neal to face Art Fowler here in the 6th. No relation to Jim from Wild Kingdom, is he? Hodges has a single, an RBI, a run scored, and a walk. Popped up. Jablonski. Oh, it's a rainmaker. Man, he skied that one. Jablonski on the grass, 1 out for Campanella. who has walked and scored in this one. He's 0 for 1. Struck him out. That's 2 for Fowler. So I guess I made the right decision to leave him in the game at least a little bit longer. 1-2 fastball. Got him looking. 2 out. Oh, yeah, we did the hockey game. Gretzky versus Ovechkin. That was a fun game. Glad you liked it. Charlie Neal, 1 for 2. He has singled, driven in 2, and scored. I went with the 81-82 Gretzky card isn't getting you 92 goals. I had a computer play out that season. The cards are borked, and the goalies are overcooked in that division. I believe Vancouver and L.A. have goalie cards that need fixing. And so Gretzky, when we did a quick sim of that 81-82 season, that was his 92-goal year, only had 76 or 78. So I went with his highest shooting percentage year, which was 83-84, the year that they won their first cup. Pitch to Neal, and Charlie draws the 2-out walk. So for Ovechkin, I thought about the Stanley Cup year, but I looked it up on Hockey Reference. Magley, by the way, 1 for 2. He has a 2-run single and a strikeout. And I believe his high scoring mark was 07-08. Because if you're going to do a game featuring the 2 greatest goal scorers of all time, not named Lemieux or Bossy or Richard or Howe, you get them in a game where they both can score, and they did. Pitch to Magley, struck him out. So Fowler is through 6. No runs, no hits, no errors. And after 5.5, Cincinnati 7, Brooklyn 5. So Robinson, Bell, and Kluszewski. Frank has walked twice, struck out once. He's 0 for 1. That is a ground ball to Pee Wee over to Nelson. Rocky's there, 1 out. For Gus Bell, 1 for 2. Cleared the bases with a double in the 4th. And he's now driven in 50. It's game 48 for both teams. Or 48 for the Redlegs. And 46 for Brooklyn. Pitch to Bell. That's a slow ground ball to second. Neal waits, throws to first, and that's a bang-banger. Bell seemed to have found the afterburners on that one, and Neal thought he had an easy out and then had to rush the throw. So here's Kluszewski, Ted 2 for 3, hit his 10th of the year in the first, and is driven in 3. I can't do it during the game anyway. I grab both the patches. I'm always, thankful for Mark Shaw to letting me know when a patch comes out. I don't think I can open that in the middle of a game. Pitch to Kluszewski. Ball 4. But there's been a lot of walks in this one. And Magley, as I said, had pretty good control. 2-to-1 strikeout to walk ratio in 56. He's walked 6 today. Here's Post. Wally 0 for 3 with a strikeout. That is into left field. Gilliam will go back, and that is gone. That ball is carrying in that 86-degree heat, and Wally Post has hit a home run. His 13th of the year, and it's now a Dolly Parton 9-5. So Magley's day is done. It'll be Clem Labine coming in to pitch. We got a pitching change. This game coming to you from Crosley Field in Cincinnati, Ohio. So before we tell you about Labine, Wally just crushed that one. So 9-5. So Labine or Labine? Clem, making his 16th appearance, is their closer, or ace fireman, if you will, 1-1. He's got 8 saves and 9 chances. Not a save situation here. Clem is 30, fastball at 87, and a standard pitcher. Hasn't pitched in almost a week. His last outing was the 3rd, so last Sunday against the Cubs in a 6-5 win. He got the 9-out save, 3 innings, 48 pitches, 3 hits, and 3 strikeouts. Overall, 27 innings, 19 hits, 6 runs, all earned. 2 homers, he's walked 7 and struck out 15. Coming in on the wrong end of a 9-5 game here in the 6th. Jablonski homered in this one. That was his 6th. 1 for 3 today. Ground ball to the mound. Labine, first base side, throw him out. And that will take care of it. However, the Reds get that home run from Wally Post. 1 hit, 2 runs, no errors, nobody left on. We go to the 7th, Cincinnati 9. And Brooklyn 5. Jablonski, a character from Hill Street Blues. Jeremiah, let's be careful out there. So Fowler, 27 batters deep, 103 pitches, 6 innings, 5 hits. He has walked 6 and struck out 3. Gilliam, 1 for 2. He has singled and walked. There's a ground ball. Kluszewski's got it. Takes it to the bag himself and got him. It was a slow bounder, and I'm not sure if Fowler just didn't meander over there fast enough or what. Kluszewski does and steps on the bag, 1 out. For Pee Wee Reese, who is 1 for 3, he has singled and scored. Left field, Robinson on a long line drive, and that is off the wall. Pee Wee thought that was gone. That is his 6th double of the year. Robinson got it on a true hop, and that's the 6th hit for Brooklyn. For Duke Snyder, 0 for 2 today with a walk. Pitch to Snyder. That is into right field. Wally Post down the line. That ball is hooking. Caught! Pee Wee was 3/4 of the way down to third. He thought that was off the wall. Post tracked it down, and Pee Wee had to run back. 2 out. For Randy Jackson, who's 0 for 3, he has grounded into a double play. They're liking this one in Milwaukee as much as they are in Cincinnati. Pitch to Jackson. Slow chopper down to third. Jablonski across the way. Kluszewski is there. And that's an error. That will get thrown away. For Jablonski, that's his 3rd error. The run will score. That hits Keith Olbermann's mom. And Jackson's on second. So it's now a 9-6 game. For Rocky Nelson, who's 0 for 2, a walk and a run scored. Ground ball to Temple. Over to first. Stretch time, 9-6 Redlegs. So 1 run, 1 hit, and 1 error to make it a 9-6 game. It'll be Burgess, McMillan, and a pinch hitter here in the bottom of the 7th. Burgess has singled twice and walked and scored. Labine, this probably is his game, especially, well, no, he's due to bat 4th in the 8th. Clem Cadiddlehopper on the mound. Yes. Pitch to Burgess. There's a ground ball to Jackson. Randy has a long throw across the way. 1 out. For McMillan, Roy has walked twice and singled and scored. Redlegs Skelton. There, yes. Brought to you by Guzzler's Gin, because it's smooth. Pitch to McMillan. There's a base hit left field. Gilliam will grab it. McMillan around. And yo dog, Randy Jackson made a bad play. So that is the 10th hit of the game for Cincinnati. As soon as that gets... Nope, that's the 9th hit. Some symmetry there. 6-6-0 for the Dodgers. They've left on 5. 9-9-1 for the Redlegs, and they've left on 6. So Fowler will come out. You can hit a righty. And the answer to that, do I want to use Bailey? Or do I want to go with Stan Pallies? Actually, you know what? We're going to go with Alex Grammas. Friend of Sparky Anderson. Also will spend some time with the Cardinals. 4 for 10 on the replay, with 3 runs scored. Does not have a pinch hit, can bunt. Not going to bunt, strikes out. Labine got him on a 1-2 breaking ball. 2 out for Johnny Temple, who is 0 for 4. That is an excuse me swing off the mask of Roy Campanella. They ask Roy where he is, and Roy says Los Angeles, and they say close enough. Temple is 0 for 4. That is in the left field. That will be in the gap. Gilliam will cut it off. McMillan is at third. He'll hold there as Temple singles. That's the 10th hit. And runners on the corners, 2 out for Frank Robinson, who is 0 for 2. He has walked twice and struck out once. And Robinson gets hit. And the partisan throng here at Crosley Field don't like that a bit. So here's McMillan. That got him on the arm. McMillan on third. Temple on second. And Robinson on first for Gus Bell, who had a 3-run double in the 4th. So the Redlegs trying to just keep pouring it on. Pitch to Bell, and that he checked his swing to throw down, and they got him. Campanella picked off Robinson, who dove the wrong way off of first. And Cincinnati loads the bases and cannot score. How about that? Wow. He may not be the offensive force he once was, but Roy Campanella is a Mensa genius behind the plate. And Cincinnati had the bases loaded and get nothing out of it on 2 hits. They left on 6 after 7. Redlegs 9, Dodgers 6. Ugh. So who are we going to go with here to get 6 outs? Tom Acker. Tom Shoulders. It's an interesting nickname. 26 years old, making his 8th appearance. He's already made 1 start. He does not have a decision, but he does have an earned run average of .331. Fastball pitcher, 89. And a standard pitcher. Pitched on the 5th 4 days ago. An 11-5 win over the Phillies. 2 innings, 21 pitches, and 2 strikeouts. 16 1/3 for Tom. 9 hits, 6 runs, all earned, 2 homers. He walked 12 and struck out 11. I think the H/P factored into that. Made him too aggressive. I'm sure that there's a case there that you need base runners, but you don't necessarily need runs. Such an ingenious design, this game. Shellacker trying to give me 2 innings to get the win. It is actually a safe situation, if we were playing by modern rules, with the runs being a 3 spot. It'll be Hodges, Campanella, and Neal in the pitcher spot here in the 8th. Gill, 1 for 2. has an RBI, walked and scored. And he draws another walk. Yeah, I will check to make sure that I have the correct patch in here. We've had a lot of walks today. Here's Roy Campanella, 0 for 2. Walked, struck out, and scored. Acker deals, and Campanella draws the walk. Oh, boy. You got Tom Thumb behind the plate, who appears to have the strike zone of a thimble. Acker now has walked 14 on the replay. Charlie Neal, 1 for 2. He has singled, driven in 2, scored, and walked. He is now the tying run. Acker's pitch, that's into right. Post, going back, that should be caught. It is, and there's one out. I'm just itchy city today. So let's see what the Dodgers do with Labine. 0 for 1 on the replay, 2 for 23 in real life. Stays in the game, strikes out. Acker got him on a 1-2 fastball. Got him at the knees. So 2 out for Gilliam. Jim 1 for 3. He has singled and walked. And Gilliam draws the walk. So Acker has loaded the bases. And P.B. Reese, who has not walked today, is the go-ahead run. Bell, who was at the plate when Robinson got picked off, that now looms really large, especially if the Dodgers can catch in here. There is a ground ball to third. Jablonski over to first, and Reese doesn't have that speed anymore, and the Dodgers get nothing. They have the bases loaded on walks and cannot score. After 7.5, it is the Redlegs 9, the Dodgers 6. So Bell, Klazuski, and Post to face Clem here in the 8th. Bell had the bases clearing triple, or double rather, in the 4th. That is a base hit, left center field. Goes the opposite way. Gilliam will throw back in. So Dodgers don't make any changes. Here's Klazuski. Ted 2 for 3. He homered in the first rather, to make it 2-0 Cincinnati. He now has 10 on the year. He's driven in 3. Right field. Hodges. This looks familiar. Gill will make the catch. Had him played a little better. And Bell goes back to the bag. 1 out for Wally Post, who's homered in this one. 1 for 4. Now is 13 on the year. It is driven in 33. 9-6 Redlegs, bottom of the 8th. Popped up. Neal running into foul territory on this hot day. He's going to reach in the stands and can't get there. That's a long run on this 86-degree day in the sun. The 1-2. That's a base hit right field. Hodges will pick it up, and it's runners on first and second. 1 out for Jablonski, who's had an adventurous day. He's made an error, I believe. He's made a bad play. He's also a home run. Hit a homer. His 6th. So Bell on second, Post on first. 1 out here in the bottom of the 8th. Labine's pitch, that's up the middle, and that's a base hit. Bell a long turnaround third, but will go back. And Smokey Burgess has the bases loaded, 1 out in a 9-6 game. Smokey 2 for 3. Has walked and scored. He has singled twice. Clem deals. Ball 4, and a run scores. So Bell will score, and it's now 10-6. That'll bring up Roy McMillan. Roy has singled twice and walked twice. They haven't retired him yet. He's also scored once. That is a base hit. Left center field. Post will score. Jablonski, what's he going to do? Will hold up. As the throw was a good one here. And with 1 out, goodness, I didn't think Acker was going to get the chance to bat. Labine has been crushed. 6 hits and 2 earned runs. So we'll go to the pen again, and we will bring in Stan. I believe that's Pally's. As a pinch hitter, he has 2 home runs and 6 of his 7 RBI, hitting .308. Got a chance now to break this open. Jablonski on third, Burgess on second, McMillan on first. Campy and Labine have a word. Pitch. Struck him out. Goodness, that was a strike that was about 6 inches off the plate. You're up there swinging now on a hot day. I mean, those umpires in those protective suits with the balloon chest protector, my goodness. You can't get enough water, or pickle juice for that matter. 11-6, here's Johnny Temple, 1 for 5. So Temple knows it's swinging time. He does, and that is foul down the third base side. Someone enjoying an ice cream cone made that catch, and it's a full count. Another ground ball foul, third base side, and out of play. So 86 degrees. Everyone just kind of sweltering here. A full count to Johnny Temple. That is a ground ball to third. Jackson waits between the bounces. Has a long throw to Nelson. Temple's running, and he is out on a bang-banger. However, the Reds put 2 on the board on 4 hits and no errors. We go to the 9th. Cincinnati 11, Brooklyn 6. So Hirsch Freeman. Or do I, no, I want Joe Black. Former Dodgers starter Joe Black coming in. 2-1 on the replay with an 0.64 ERA and the 1956 winner of the Al Roker Lookalike Contest. 32 years old, fastball at 83 and a fly ball pitcher. Black, the Rookie of the Year in 52, pitched 6 days ago against the Giants in a 7-4 loss. He threw 1 pitch. Overall, 14 innings, 8 hits, 2 runs, 1 earned. He walked 4 and struck out 4. Snyder, Jackson, and Nelson. Dodgers 5 to tie and 6 to go ahead. Duke 0 for 3 today with a walk. And as everyone else has done today, they've walked. Apparently we got the walking dice today. Here's Randy Jackson. Randy's 0 for 4. Struck him out. 2-2 fastball outside. Got him. So 1 out for Rocky Nelson. Rocky looks like a Rocky Nelson in that picture, doesn't he? He's 0 for 3 with a walk. Into center field. Back goes Bell, and that's gone! Rocky Nelson hits a 1-out home run to dead center field, and it's 11-8. So just close your eyes and swing and make contact, and Nelson did just that. That's a hit and a hoot. My word. Seventh hit for the Dodgers. A long box score to go through. Yeah, wow is right, Andrew. Here's Hodges. Gill 1 for 2. He is singled, walked twice, driven in a run, and scored. Black. Just trying to get 2 more outs. Left field. Robinson coming in. 2 out. So last chance saloon is Roy Campanella. Roy has walked twice. Obviously don't have the right patch in here. He is 0 for 2. He has scored and struck out once. So Black facing his old battery mate, Campanella here, with 2 out in the top of the 9th. Yep, swing hard. You never know when you might hit something. Or walk. Wow. I haven't seen this many free passes since they were trying to give away pineapple milkshakes. Here's Charlie Neal. Charlie 1 for 3. He is walked. He has singled, driven in 2, and scored once. He is not the tying run. That would be the pitcher spot. The rare walk. Used to be a pitcher's duel was 1-0 or 2-1. It's the last one standing now. My word, 19 runs, 21 hits and error, and 19 combined left on. And Sandy Amorose will pinch hit. Amorose as a pinch hitter, 143 overall, 284, 6 homers, and 23 RBI. It's like they're giving free passes to see the A's in Sacramento. You get a pass, and you get a pass, and you get a pass. Pitch to Amorose. Say it with me now. Ball 4. So let's see what they do with Labine. So Black has walked 3. And Jackie Robinson will pinch hit. Jackie does have a pinch hit. He's hitting .333 as a pinch hitter. Overall, 295, 7 homers, and 16 RBI. Walked like a 50s player. You're welcome. You're welcome. He is a tying run, by the way. And if the game should be extended, then Gilliam would have a chance to put him up there. How many walks does Jackie have? Jackie walked 15 times so far in 149 at-bats. 60 in real life to 32 strikeouts. We've got more ball 4s than at the last Jim Bouton book signing. That's true. Pitch to Robinson. We've had 20 walks in this game. We've had 91 batters and 20 walks. Some said a walk is as good as a hit. Well, Joe Black is out. Hirsch Freeman trying to lock this one down for the Redlegs. Even nightmares that didn't include 20 walks. My goodness. Hirsch is 28, fastball at 85, and a ground ball pitcher. If there was ever a moment that called for a Bob Stanley moment, this is it. He is 3-2, a 3.52 ERA. Has saved 4 out of 6. Last pitched on the 6th. Picked up a 2-inning save against Philadelphia. 32 pitches, 2 hits, a walk, and a strikeout. Yes. 23 innings, 31 hits, 12 runs, 9 earned. He has given up 2 homers. He has walked 8 and struck out 10. And in the immortal words of Keith Morrison, oh, those bases on balls. So the potential winning run is Gilliam. Campanella on third. Amorose on second, and Robinson the tying run on first. 2 out, last chance saloon, 11-8 to score. I'm walking, yes indeed, I'm talking. Na-na-na-na. Pitch to Gilliam, up the middle, a base hit. Campanella scores, Amorose scores. It's 11-10. So Pee Wee Reese, again, last chance saloon, 2 for 5. One of the few Dodgers that hasn't walked yet. That outcome box looked pretty nice indeed, my word. So Pee Wee, 2 for 5, a single, a double. He has scored twice. Robinson, the tying run. Gilliam, the go-ahead run. 2 more walks and it's tied. I'm going to pull out the 3 hairs I have left. Pitch to Reese. It got away from Burgess on a wild pitch, and it's a 3-0 count. So now the go-ahead run is in scoring position. with Duke Snider on deck. Freeman. This has been amazing. 10 runs for the Dodgers on 8 hits, and they've left on 8. And just like in Midnight Cowboy, Pee Wee Reese is walking here. So Duke Snider with no place to put him. He is 0 for 3. He has scored and walked twice. Robinson, the tying run on third. Gilliam, the go-ahead run on second. And Pee Wee Reese on first for Duke Snider, who has already driven in 51 this year. Freeman, right back to him, and the game is over. Oh, baby, a comebacker right to the mound. Freeman got the glove up, screamed, and makes the catch, and somehow, some way, the Redlegs win this one 11-10. Oh, he's out on the Freddy Krueger play, because that was a screaming nightmare back to the mound. 3 hours and 15 fake minutes. Wow. Oh, doctor. He swung at the first pitch. And not so old left-hander is rounding third and headed home. Joe Nuxall signing off. All right. So, 11 runs, 14 hits, and an error. And the Redlegs left on 11. Brooklyn, 10 runs, 8 hits, no errors, and they left on 11. Did he catch it with his bare hand and break it? My word. Yeah, I will. We'll check in a second. If that didn't have the patch. The MVP is you guys for watching that. 21 walks in this one. Fowler goes to 6-3. 7 innings, 6 hits, 6 runs, 5 earned. 6 walks and 3 strikeouts. Acker got the hold. He went 1 inning and walked 3 in the 6 batters he faced. Joe Black, 2/3 of an inning, a hit, 4 runs, all earned. The home run to Nelson, to dead center. He walked 4 and struck out 1. And Freeman, a walk, a hit, and an out, and that's all he needed. Sal Magley takes a loss, 5 2/3, 8 hits, 9 runs, all earned, the 3 homers. Jablonski, Bell, and Glazewski. And Labine, 2 1/3, 6 hits, 2 runs, both earned. He only walked 1 and struck out 2. He had plus stuff. Oh, my goodness. If anyone watched the last play of It Happens Every Spring, it was the one that the main character got caught and broke his hand. Oh, my word. All right, so with that, the Redlegs are 7 back, and the Dodgers fall to 3.5. We did the 4-1, so yep, I need to put on the patch from 4-6. As I'm going to strangle my cat. Yeah, the 49 Senators and Nats combined for 30 walks. What was it, the game we did a few years ago when we did 49, that there were like 10 unearned runs and 20 walks? All right, so the rest of this Saturday in baseball for you. June 9th, 1956. Cleveland in 13 beats the Yankees 4-3. Daly gets the win. His first. McDermott falls to 1-4. Rocky Colavito 2 for 5, hits his 9th and drives in 2. Chicago, 5 home runs, 18 hits. They double up Boston 16-8. So Cleveland is first place by itself. Wilson 1-0. DeLocke falls to 2-6. Rivera 3 for 4. Hits his first of the year and drives. Yeah, there's a patch that needs to come in here. We had several games with multiple double-digit walks, including Pittsburgh and St. Louis. Pittsburgh beat the Cardinals 7-6. St. Louis walked 12. Vern Law 1 and 6. Vinegar Ben Mizell 5 and 4. Roberto Clemente hits his third, gets his number put back on the wall at PNC Park, 2 for 3, and drives in 3. Cubs beat the Phillies 15-3. Meyer 2 and 4. Rogovin 0 and 6. Walt Morin 2 for 2, hits his fifth and drives in 3. Phillies walked 14 in that one, by the way. And Wizardant 4 for 4 hits in that win and had a homer and 5 RBI. Giants down the Braves 3-2. Antonelli beats Burdett. Antonelli 5 and 4. Burdett falls to 3 and 3. Alvin Dart 2 for 4 with a double. Doubleheader between Kansas City and Balmer, and the Orioles sweep the A's 5-4 in the first one. Brown beats Lasorda. Tommy falls to 1 and 5. Gus Triendos hits his 7th, goes 2 for 4, drives in 2. And the nightcap Fornielis shuts out Gorman 6-0. Tito Francona 2 for 5. Last but not least, Washington at almost 500. They beat the Tigers 11-6. Griggs 2 and 4. Gromek 2 and 4. Yost hits 2 homers. Now is 5 and drives in 4. Where are the next games on YouTube? Well, I gotta redo the patch. We're with you Wednesday for the Indians and the Red Sox. Don, Mossy, and Nixon. And so I will do that, and then Thursday will be a night game, and it will be Milwaukee and Brooklyn, Lou Burdett and Sal Magley. So that's what we got for you this week. So Cleveland and Boston for you. We'll see you on Wednesday. Until then, thank you so much for watching. Have yourself a great day, everybody. So long.